Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're into stories that will keep you up at night, then you're in for a treat. Today, we're diving deep into a mystery that blurs the line between reality and nightmare. A tale that is going to make you question everything you think you know about your own reflection. Get ready for a story that genuinely gave me chills. Imagine this: the dead of night. Your room is quiet. The only sound is the gentle tick of a clock, maybe your own soft breathing. You're in a deep sleep, or so you think. But then, your eyes snap open. You're awake, and what you see, right there next to you, is absolutely impossible. This isn't a dream, and it's definitely not a reflection. Because right there, in your own bed, is another you. Yes, another you, sleeping peacefully as if they belong there. This is exactly what happened to Claire Morgan, night after terrifying night, at precisely 3:07 a.m. It started as a jolt, a sudden awakening, only to find herself, or someone utterly identical, lying in her bed. Her first thought naturally was sleep paralysis, that unsettling state where your mind is awake but your body refuses to move. But her second thought? Pure, unadulterated terror. Because this wasn't just a feeling, it was a tangible presence. Let's rewind to the very first night this chilling phenomenon began. Claire awoke with a gasp, her heart hammering against her ribs. She was frozen, unable to move a muscle, every fiber of her being screaming in silent panic. The other Claire, the one sharing her bed, slowly, eerily turned her head. Her eyes, identical to Claire's own, met hers in the dim light. And then, a whisper, so soft it was barely audible, yet it echoed in Claire's mind like a shout. "Don't get up." Just as those chilling words hung in the air, the lights in her room began to flicker erratically, dancing between brightness and shadow, before plunging everything into complete, suffocating darkness. Claire squeezed her eyes shut, and when she dared to open them again, morning light was streaming through her window. The bed beside her was empty, the other figure gone. But the sheets, where the other Claire had been, were still warm. A phantom warmth that confirmed with bone-chilling certainty that it hadn't been a dream. It had been real. The next day was a blur of unease and disbelief for Claire. She tried to rationalize it, to tell herself it was just a vivid nightmare, a trick of the mind. But that lingering warmth on the sheets, that whispered warning, it all screamed reality. She knew she had to get proof, not just for herself, but for anyone she might eventually try to tell. So, that evening, with trembling hands, she set up her phone camera. She positioned it carefully, angled to record her entire bed, determined to capture whatever was happening in the dead of night. She pressed record, climbed into bed, and waited, dread pooling in her stomach. The next morning, she woke up, heart pounding, and immediately scrambled to check the footage. What she saw sent a fresh wave of ice-cold fear through her veins. The video showed her lying still, seemingly asleep. And then, at precisely 3:07 a.m., just as it always happened, a second figure stepped into the frame. It was undeniably her. The same pajamas she was wearing, the faint distinctive scar just above her left eyebrow, the identical face. The camera, as if struggling to comprehend the impossible, glitched, pixelating wildly for 2 agonizing seconds. And when the picture cleared, only one Claire remained, sleeping soundly in the bed. The other was gone, vanished as mysteriously as she had appeared. The proof was there, undeniable and terrifying. Utterly shaken and desperate for answers, Claire finally sought professional help. She booked an urgent appointment with her therapist, Dr. Avery, hoping for some explanation, some rational anchor in this spiraling madness. Sitting across from him, she recounted the impossible events of the past few nights. The fear, the waking up, the other her, the video footage. "I see myself every night," Claire explained, her voice trembling, "standing over me, or sometimes lying next to me." Dr. Avery listened patiently, his expression a mix of concern and skepticism. "Claire, Are you absolutely certain this isn't a dream? Perhaps a recurring nightmare brought on by stress?" He tried to offer a comforting, logical explanation, but Claire shook her head emphatically. "Then how do I have footage of her?" she challenged, the exasperation clear in her voice. She pulled out her phone, ready to show him the chilling video. Dr. Avery paused, his gaze fixed on Claire, a strange, uneasy expression slowly dawning on his face. He leaned forward, his voice softer, more hesitant. "Claire," he began, "you said you moved here just last month, right? That's what you told me when you first came in." Claire nodded, confused by the sudden change in topic. "Yes, that's right." Dr. Avery sighed, a heavy, unsettling sound. "But your medical file here, the one from our system, it says you've been my patient for 3 years." The words hung in the air, a new layer of dread settling over Claire. 3 years? That was impossible. She had only been in the city for a month. A cold dread began to twist in her stomach. What was real? That conversation with Dr. Avery gnawed at Claire. 3 years? It made no sense. Had she lost her mind? Or was something far more sinister at play? Back home, the unsettling feeling only intensified. She found herself staring into her bedroom mirror, searching her own reflection, as if expecting it to reveal some hidden truth. As she gazed at her image, something impossible happened. Her reflection blinked. Not just once, but twice. Claire hadn't blinked. Her eyes remained wide, fixed on the mirror. A gasp caught in her throat. She whispered, her voice barely audible, filled with a desperate terror. "Who are you?" The reflection, her identical twin, smiled. A slow, chilling smile that didn't reach her eyes. And then it responded, its voice echoing Claire's own, yet devoid of warmth, filled with an ancient, knowing malevolence. "I'm the one who stayed." With a sharp, piercing crack, a spiderweb of fractures spread across the mirror's surface, marring her reflection, shattering the illusion of singular reality. The world was spinning out of control. This was it, the breaking point. The mirror incident had shattered more than just glass. It had shattered Claire's grip on reality. That night, she made a desperate decision. She would end it, whatever it was. She wouldn't just record, she would confront. She meticulously set up every camera she owned, not just her phone, but extra webcams, anything she could get her hands on, positioning them strategically around her bedroom. She flipped on every light in the room, banishing any shadows, trying to create an impenetrable fortress of light and documentation. No more darkness, no more mystery. She waited. The clock ticked, agonizingly slow. 3:06 a.m. Silence. The air was thick with anticipation, dread, and a strange, defiant courage. Claire sat upright in bed, eyes fixed on the time, then on the camera lenses. And then, at exactly 3:07 a.m., it began. The lights flickered just as they had that first night, a brief, chaotic dance of light and shadow. Then, on every screen, simultaneously, 2 Claires appeared, both awake, both looking directly into the camera lenses. Not at each other, not at Claire in the bed, but at the recording devices, as if they knew they were being watched. One of them, the one standing, leaned closer to a camera, a chilling, triumphant smirk playing on her lips. And then, in a voice that was both Claire's and utterly alien, she whispered, "You kept watching. Now, it's your turn to sleep." A sudden, jarring crash echoed through the room as one of the cameras fell, its lens cracking, the image on its screen dissolving into static. The next morning, the police arrived, their sirens wailing faintly in the distance, a stark contrast to the previous night's terror. A neighbor had reported screams, loud and prolonged, coming from Claire's apartment. They found her in bed, her eyes wide open, staring blankly at the ceiling. She wasn't breathing. Beside her, on the nightstand, her phone lay, still recording. The screen flickered, showing the last moments captured. On it, a woman, identical to Claire, leaned into the camera, her face calm, almost serene. She whispered, her voice a chilling caress. She finally stopped watching. And then the screen cut to black. Some nightmares, my friends, don't chase you. They wait for you to notice them. And sometimes, when you do, it's already too late. Who was the other Claire? Was she a doppelganger, a manifestation of a deeper psychological break, or something far more otherworldly? We'll never truly know, will we? But it certainly leaves us with a lot to think about. What would you do if you woke up to find another you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story sent shivers down your spine, don't forget to hit that like button. Share this video with a friend who loves a good spooky tale, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more mind-bending, spine-tingling content just like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.